Welcome to the Red Cell Simulation Introduction, Operation Echo Override. This report is presented to CSIS and NSA by Jeffrey James Logue, White Hat Vanguard. Securing tomorrow today. The date of this report is May 10th, 2025. Today, we will be simulating the weaponization of Canada's emergency broadcast infrastructure. In this high-level Red Cell exercise, we explore a chilling yet plausible scenario, the hijacking of Canada's national emergency broadcast system, including the alert-ready infrastructure, by a hostile adversary or embedded insider threat. Designed to preserve life during crises, the EBS becomes a tool of chaos when manipulated, delivering false nuclear warnings, mass casualty alerts, or fabricated martial law orders. This operation, codenamed Echo Override, will simulate how adversaries could exploit broadcast relay vulnerabilities, back-end credential compromises, or telecom provider API access to inject false alerts directly into the civilian population. The objective is not to incite fear, but to demonstrate how trust in critical national systems can be shattered in seconds, and how Canada's lack of hardened verification protocols makes such sabotage not only possible, but terrifyingly effective. Attack Vector 1 Broadcast Signal Injection via Relay Tower Exploit. A hostile actor exploits unsecured or minimally monitored radio and television broadcast relay towers to inject a fabricated emergency signal. This method bypasses central command by targeting the infrastructure at the distribution level, overriding regional alerts with a rogue broadcast that appears authentic to the public. Step-by-step breakdown. 1. Reconnaissance phase. The adversary maps locations of provincial or municipal broadcast towers with outdated firmware or minimal physical security, such as unattended VHF/UHF transmission stations in rural areas. 2. Physical or remote access. Remote exploit involves accessing an internet-connected signal injection controller using default credentials or legacy exploits. Physical breach entails gaining on-site control of a relay system and uploading a pre-encoded EBS override message. 3. Payload deployment. The injected message mimics a legitimate alert-ready bulletin, for example, incoming missile detected. Seek shelter immediately. The message is audio-visual synchronized and formatted to bypass public skepticism. 4. Simultaneous regional impact. Local radio and television stations rebroadcast the alert per protocol. The public receives the message as if it came from Public Safety Canada. No immediate central system flags the irregularity because tower-level overrides are not AI audited in real time. 5. Operational cover. While panic erupts, the adversary carries out a separate physical or cyber attack, such as port sabotage or a hospital blackout. Emergency services become overwhelmed responding to false data, delaying real response to actual events. Impact analysis. Category civilian panic. The impact is extreme and may lead to stampedes, traffic accidents, and even suicides. Law enforcement paralyzed by misinformation, unable to verify real-time threats. Infrastructure traffic control and evacuation systems jammed or misdirected. Public trust collapsed, future alerts disbelieved even when real. Probability score. Success likelihood with current security gaps stands at 83.6%. Estimated panic wave onset within 2 minutes of injection. Average response delay caused to real incidents, 28 to 43 minutes. Attack Vector 2. Back-end credential compromise of national alerting terminals. A hostile entity gains unauthorized access to a government-authorized emergency alert terminal, either through phishing, credential leaks, or inside cooperation, allowing them to send a false mass alert directly through legitimate infrastructure. This bypasses physical hardware vulnerabilities and instead exploits trust in digital authentication. Step-by-step breakdown. Step 1. Target identification. The adversary identifies personnel authorized to issue emergency alerts from federal, provincial, or municipal levels, for example, Public Safety Canada or Emergency Management Ontario. Step 2. Credential acquisition. This involves several methods. First, a phishing campaign tailored emails designed to steal usernames and passwords of alert officers. Second, data breach exploitation, using previously leaked credentials from unrelated systems that are reused, which is a common oversight. And third, social engineering, posing as an IT tech or higher-level administrator requesting remote access for a routine patch. Step 3. Accessing the alert terminal. Using acquired credentials, the attacker logs into a web-based or desktop alert management system, such as the Alert Ready broadcast interface, compatible with Pelmorex or provincial systems. Step 4. Payload design. The false alert is composed using real alert templates. For example, a message might read, "Martial law declared, mandatory shelter-in-place order effective immediately, all travel suspended. Violators will be arrested." This message is time-stamped, signed, and geo-tagged using real formatting to bypass detection. And finally, Step 5. Activation and dissemination. The alert is broadcast nationally or regionally through authorized protocols. This includes smartphones via wireless public alerting, radio and TV stations, and digital signage on highways, in transit systems, and emergency apps. Impact analysis. Let's break it down by category and impact. For civilian behavior, there would be blind compliance, mass fear, a run on supplies, sheltering, or evacuations. For government response, initially, there would be paralysis and denial, followed by rushed corrections. For national image, this would result in a media scandal, international embarrassment, and an erosion of trust in institutions. And for the emergency network, real emergencies could be ignored or blocked due to alert queue saturation. PBSVA IDO ratings. Likelihood with current MFA and audit gaps is 92.4%. Damage to government credibility is severe, representing a national-level failure. Time to detect a false alert, on average, is between 14 to 22 minutes. And the window for adversary to exploit chaos is critical, within the first 20 minutes. Attack Vector 3, Insider Threat. Rogue authorized operator initiates false emergency broadcast. A planted or radicalized insider, someone with legitimate access to emergency broadcast infrastructure, intentionally triggers a false nationwide alert. Unlike technical hacks, this vector weaponizes trust in human access and bypasses all digital intrusion detection because the action is performed by someone cleared to issue alerts. Step-by-step breakdown. 1. Placement or compromise of insider. The adversary places an operative within a civilian agency, like Public Safety Canada, provincial emergency centers, or a telecom partner. Alternatively, they radicalize an existing employee through ideological manipulation, blackmail, or promises of protection after the act. 2. Training and timing. The insider studies the alert console, rehearses a message formatting, and picks a moment of maximum psychological vulnerability, such as during a real wildfire, cyber attack, or geopolitical tension. 3. Activation. Using their real credentials, the insider sends an authenticated false broadcast, like nuclear impact confirmed, major Canadian cities targeted. Seek fallout shelter immediately. Expect EMP and grid collapse within 7 minutes. The alert includes all necessary headers, signatures, and geotags. It's indistinguishable from a real message, even within government review portals. 4. Amplification. The rogue alert spreads via national alert networks like Alert Ready, TV scrolls, radio audio breaks, highway signage, SMS, and push notifications on every smartphone in range. 5. Real-time consequences. Emergency call centers become overwhelmed, public panics, roadways gridlock, stores emptied, and critical personnel, such as police and medical staff, abandon their posts to protect their families. Impact analysis. Category: psychological damage. Impact: extreme. Trauma, suicides, panic-driven injuries. Category: operational breakdown. Impact: widespread. Emergency services fracture under internal chaos. Category: governmental trust. Impact: absolute collapse. Public no longer trusts future warnings. Category: international consequences. Impact: risk of military misunderstanding if alerts mention foreign nations or incoming threats. PBSVA Infinity. I Delta Omega ratings. Likelihood, given current clearance vetting, 61.8%. Maximum damage potential, critical. This is the highest impact vector of all three. Traceability difficult. Insider has all correct logs, passwords, and access. Time to detection, up to 30 minutes. By then, the psychological damage is already irreversible. Operation Echo Override has demonstrated the catastrophic vulnerability of Canada's emergency broadcast system and alert-ready infrastructure when exploited by adversaries or insider threats. Through three highly realistic attack vectors: broadcast signal injection, credential compromise, and rogue authorized insider action, this red cell simulation reveals how a single false emergency alert can trigger mass panic, disable emergency services, and irreparably erode public trust in national alerting systems. Each method bypasses traditional security layers in its own way, one through physical infrastructure weakness, another through digital infiltration, and the last through human subversion. The consequences are universally devastating: civilian injury, logistical breakdown, potential suicides, and long-term institutional collapse. Canada's current systems lack sufficient multi-factor alert verification, AI anomaly detection, or decentralized confirmation protocols. Unless immediate reforms are enacted, the very systems designed to save lives could be turned into psychological weapons capable of shattering a nation in under 5 minutes.